everybody. Good morning. I am making a live today because I'm still having issues like I told you guys before. If you've seen any of my other videos or even my posts on my community tab, I'm having issues with filming like long form videos and also shorts, YouTube shorts. So bear with me, and also bear with my appearance. I just threw on this little oversized cardigan. I'm just about to get to it. I'm not even gonna worry about all this, you guys. But listen, I made a video a while back titled I know I have it in here because I do write my notes. Now, some stuff is off the dome, right? Like my YouTube shorts are usually like straight off of the head. I don't normally, write that down or anything. But my long form videos are more so the ones where, I had wrote those down. So I'm trying to find, so the video titled Why You Can't Be Successful, or Why you aren't successful yet. You can go back and watch that video, but this kind of ties into that. I'm going to talk a lot about this, you guys, because honestly, I can relate to the topic so well. Also, as I told you guys in one of those videos, that I have really am working on getting my coaching services available. I am a mindset and business coach, you guys. So I'm helping get out of your head and get your mindset in a better place so that way you can move towards success. Um, and I won't lie, life has thrown me so many lemons that I have been finding it, or I thought, it would be kind of difficult for me to, be the coach that I am or that I want to be. And, I have all these things going on myself. But you know what? Life is life. And it's a great way. What better way for me to speak about this issue when, again, life happens, right? And you need to be able to pivot anyway because, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether a 9 to 5 or something like that. Yeah, there are times where you probably not go to work or you have to call in or whatever the case may be, but you don't completely shut down your whole business because you're sick for a day. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just that sick, but if terminally ill. But if not, you have to find other ways to operate, right? This is why people hire assistants or managers, because you do need a team of people once you get to a certain level, because you can't do everything. And that just goes with what I'm about to talk about as well. Basically, going back towards the why you can't be successful. And I was talking about you worrying about time, right? A lot of us, we worry about time. We worrying about the amount of time that it'll take to get something started, or to get it off the ground, or to actually be the success that you really want overall. You might be worrying about that, and that keeps you from taking any action at all. So that's not the title of this live, y'all. This is not the why you can't be successful video. You guys can go back and watch that. But all of this ties in. Matter of fact, I have a lot of my notes and stuff right here with me me to flow a little bit better than trying to rush everything into one video, because when with shorts and videos, I want to stay on topic. As you can see, I'm getting off topic, so let me get back to the actual topic of the live. But anyway, so I was talking about another one that I made was how dreams, your race against time, right? So a lot of times, and I talked about this in the previous video, we want to see something with the title, or we want something that's like, oh, how to get rich in 30 days, how to make $1,000 a day, how to get monetized in 30 days, how to lose 50 pounds in 30 days. Like, a lot of times that time limit for us as the newer generation, and even other people as well, like, we because we feel, and I was just telling my sister this yesterday, I'm like, I ain't got time for all that. Like, I'm always saying I don't got time for all that, right? Because in my mind, I want to go ahead, it not going the way that I want it to, so I want him to be on my side. I'm sure we all do, right? So anyway, but we always want to know how we can do the least, right? We can do the least and yield the best results, the bestest results. Like, we want to do the least, and we want to do it the quickest and the fastest. We want it to take the least amount of time, the least amount of effort, but we want it to produce the best results ever. Okay? And a lot of times that's not gonna happen like that. And that's not to discourage people. Have big faith, matter of fact. Place is definitely based off faith, you guys, because I have to see in here, I have to think and mentally, visualize beyond what I see in my reality right now. And that's what most, successful people, millionaires, billionaires, whether whatever, arena of success someone has reached, they saw past what they were already doing. I talk about this as well. Like, look at if it's Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, I don't care. I've watched and listened to some of their interviews, and they talk about the fact they still practiced, y'all. They didn't just say, well, okay, I'm Kobe Bryant, I don't practice. I don't practice anymore. After I done scored 20 points this game, like, it's it. Every game I'm not practice. Like, he's still a human. Although he has, superseded a lot of other people, like, talented people and things like that. Because I do, I believe that people can be, they're destined to be born to have certain talent and abilities. I do believe that. But even the Bible talks about them in order for them to produce like I said, the bestest results that we want, right? And sometimes that can get us in trouble because we want the quickest, easiest, least resistance, least effort, least energy. We want to do it that way, and that's not always the case. But and I was talking about with your channel, like, if somebody said, well, like, I know it's a lot of videos about that, they say, well, I know how to get your channel. If you do this and that, your channel will blow up and you'll get monetized in 20, 30 days, whatever. And you are gonna, what? You gonna want to watch that video and be like, hold on, let me see what they talking about. Because I don't want to do all that work. And I talk about the fact that there's actually nothing wrong with that. I think there's nothing wrong with looking for strategy, techniques, and things like that so that you don't have to do the most, right? Because getting to one of the videos I was talking about, someone had commented that, and they was like, they said sometimes being patient and not taking action might lead to avoiding unnecessary effort and resources being spent. And taking action at the right time depends on how knowledgeable you are and how you recognize patterns. And that's what a lot of people do. If they work in marketing, or they say, well, I know how to grow your channel, like, because they have already done it or they have studied the technique, right? So you might pay that marketing coach or that strategist or whatever. You might pay them for the knowledge that they have, because you're in your mind, like, and that's what, like I said, that's what rich people do. They don't have time to do every single thing in their business, because something is going to fall by the wayside. So you'll get an accountant, you'll get a person that's over this, that oversees this. There's a CEO, there's a COO. There's different levels to it. Even though you can be the rightful owner, you thought of it, this is all of yours. This is your business. A team of individuals with the information, the intelligence, the skill, the technique, the certifications, the whatever that you need to run your business sufficiently and efficiently is necessary, right? So anyway, it's two people, and I did not do this I did not even notice this until after the fact. Connor Woodman, if you go to my community tab, I have shared several of his videos. Anything biblical based, I'm sorry if it's not you, I'm sorry, not sorry, but anything biblical based, I love. If you can apply those principles, love. Connor Woodman, and then Connor Neal, right? So what they talked about in both of these videos go hand in hand with what I'm talking about, race against time, right? Or the fact that you'll get to the point where you're so overwhelmed you don't do anything. And that is what I coach. That is what I'm here to help you guys on, because I have been stuck in analysis paralysis for years. I mean, I reach those moments where I get out of it and I take a little action and then I sit there, look at my channel. It's been a minute since I post video, but like I said, life has been life. And, you know, your girl be having some stuff going on. I am a mom. In the video, he was talking about you can only do your best. And I was like, oh, I gotta click this because I talked about this topic as well. If you haven't noticed, the people that I your own download about this, or is this something that relates to something you've been struggling with? And this is what my videos and this is what my channel is here for. You can, I gotta get better with titles, but you can, you know, click the video and see, okay, she's talking about this and this is what I struggle with. Let me see what she's saying, because your story, your testimony, your experience with life can truly help someone, even if you're past that phase. I actually have a video that I'm going to do later on. I'm past what I'm going to be talking about in the video, but I'm sure that it could be of help to someone who is still at that moment in time, right? So anyway, he was talking about you can only do your best. So sometimes you can be overwhelmed with too many opportunities, or sometimes you can feel overwhelmed because you feel like you don't see, or you don't have enough opportunities, right? You just feel like there's not enough opportunities being presented to me, or I don't see a way through or out of this or whatever, right? I don't see a way to the other side of where I want. I'll look down at my notes. I'll tell you the YouTube channel and I'll even link it below, because I'm just taking inspiration from these people. I am not, you know, I credit everyone's work. Anything that's mine, it's mine. I'll have my name at the top. I'll have my whatever. Anything that someone else's, I will link them or I will credit them, right? So anyway, but he was talking about both have the same solutions, right? Ask yourself what doors are open for you, right? If you feel like, well, there ain't enough doors open, and feel like I got so many opportunities presenting themselves to me, what do I need to do? The thing about it is you can only do your best. You can only go through one door at a time. No matter if you end up saying, well, I'm going to try everything. You can only go through one at a time, baby. If there's a house with 30 rooms in it, I mean, listen, when you can get to each room, opening each door, going through that way. But at the same time, you guys, you have to go through one door at a time. So this can take down some of that stress or anything that you may feel by being presented with so many opportunities, or feeling like you don't have enough opportunities, right? Just do your best. Analyze what's in front of you and go from there. Focus on what you can do, right? Some days, you guys, oh my gosh, a lot of days here recently, a lot of days last year, I would wake up and I'm just like, what in the heck am I gonna do? Like, I need to do this, I need a car, I need a new place, I need this, right? I just would just think of every single freaking thing that I'm wanting to do. And then I just would get upset. I might go watch a video instead, which again could be a good video, right? That could help me. I might just go for a walk instead. I might do homework. I might do something totally opposite from what I'm worried about, which can be beneficial to you, right? But what can you do today? If you woke up out of the bed today, you already went to bed stressed about bills, this, and that, right? Or take for me, well, I just got a job, but I'll get to that in a minute. But not having a job and you need money. What can you do first starting out? I mean, if you can turn over and money deposit into your account because you're at that point, then I mean, I guess you wouldn't even have the worry we're discussing in the first place. But since you probably can't, if you're in the situation I'm discussing, then can you get up and make your bed? Can you get up and brush your teeth? Can you eat a healthy, balanced breakfast or meal? Can you get a good night's sleep, or can you take a nap? Can you go for a walk? Like, can you work on, if you're in school, can you do homework? I mean, can you clean up your house? Like, what are some things that you can do? And I really want you to think deep on that when I say what are things you. So, my own ears. Like, literally, I can, even though I'm a type 1 diabetic, if you guys do not know, so my body is not operating at its optimal level, I'm still able to get up and do something, right? Like now, I'm working on get my health together. I haven't been eating the best. I haven't been working. I've started back working out. I gotta start back doing what I'm supposed to be doing so that I can have my body running at its best level that it can, even with needing insulin every day, right? There are ways that I can help my, help my body not struggle so hard to do what it needs to do, right? So focus on what you can do. For instance, I did a lot of interviews last year in 2024. I've not done many this year, but I've done a few. I've run into issues where I can't schedule an interview, or I schedule one and I can't go to it. I schedule one and people don't even show, the interviewer doesn't show up, like, right? So you might have went to the interview and guess what? It happened to me all last year, and even has happened some this year already in January. But what I can do is I can focus on what I can do. Did I prepare properly for the interview? Did I have my resume laid out? Was the description, was I underqualified, overqualified? I mean, sometimes it's not even that. It's just these jobs just be doing the most, right? So I can't even say, oh, go figure out what you did wrong if you didn't get the job. No, that may not always be the case. So don't worry yourself about that. But like I said, you can look at, evaluate, see, what was I prepared? Did I get a good night's sleep? Was I answering these questions to the best of my ability? Did I show up in proper attire? Right? Did I have the certifications or the things meet the requirements in the job description? Right? Those are things you can do. Or again, once you realize I did all that, find something else to do. Like I said, go make you a balanced meal. Go take you a nap. Go get a good night's rest. Exercise. Go for a walk. Meditate. Pray. Put on a sermon. Whatever it is, your technique to ground yourself. And hopefully it's something healthy. So hopefully it's something healthy that you usually use to ground yourself. But yeah, use discernment. Like I said, so when I'm saying figure out what you need to do or what you can do, use discernment when you're doing that, right? Best use of your energy that you do have for that day. It's sometimes we wake up and we might not have much energy, but go ahead and see, where can I spend this little amount of energy I got? Can I only spend it on making up my bed, maybe doing my hair, brushing my teeth, doing my makeup, cleaning up, doing something? What can you do? Because y'all, you can get burnt out by trying to do too many things. You can get overwhelmed with having too many things on your plate. And that's usually when you're trying to do more than your best. You keep us safe. So it'll normally stop you or make you feel, you start shaking or you feel anxiety when you feel like something is past your limit. But 9 times that it's proven that most times you can go, it says, I'm not no longer scared of just doing this bare minimum. Now I've gained confidence through repeatedly, right, and consistently doing things outside of my comfort zone. So now your brain develops a new comfort zone, right? Now you've reached a new level of something that you figured out you can do. This is where resilience comes into play. This is where practice, when they say practice makes perfect, or this is where all this comes into play, because now you've consistently done this and your body is not feeling so out of place. Your nervous system is becoming more regulated and used to you doing these things. You want it to do. You want to see progress. You don't want to always, I tell my niece this, and with basketball practice and things like that, like, you're going to practice and things for a reason, to develop skills, to practice, to get better. I mean, if you just go or don't go at all and then you go play in a game on a Saturday, it's just like, come on now, you have to work together with your teammates, learn things, and even if you feel like you already know it, you can still do this consistently to get better, right? So burnout, again, trying to achieve more than your best. Also, we need to value, this is what Connor was talking about in the video, we need to value flow over grind culture. Now, there's a time in your life for grinding, for working hard and staying up past your usual time to get some work done. There's a time for that, but we want to of flowing. And flow, when you see, is usually doing like this. It might not be, sometimes it's like this, but flow of the water, there's going to be places in the water where the waves are bigger than other places, but water is ever moving, right? I think it's a Chris Brown song that I got off of his last album. It was it needs to flow like water, right? Because that is something that's constantly moving, right? And that's what we want to do. But we don't want to, we want to, like I said, use discernment, so we won't overexert ourselves. We want to see what is the best use of the energy that we have, right? Because when we talk about grind culture, this is what Connor was talking about in the video, grind culture, think about when something grinds, right? Go to his video. He talks about this in his video. think about when two surfaces are grinding up against each other. Y'all, what you think? It's friction going on with that, right? So either they're both gonna break or become damaged, right? You don't want them to grind up against each other to the point it's worn, right? Now it's kind of worn through. It's got grooves in it. It's like I said, either broken or damaged, right? So don't focus on grind all the time, but also don't be lazy. Do put some effort in, do time. But like me, I need to learn to slow down. I have made lots and lots of mistakes and stuff in life by being so time driven, moving so fast, feeling like time and life is just running away, and avoiding unnecessary effort, right? Avoiding spent unnecessary effort being spent, unnecessary resources being spent, right? Learning. This is where learning to take action at the right time. That's where discernment and intelligence comes in. Because I'm gonna get to the next video from another Connor, and his name is Connor Neal. And in this video, you guys, he's talking about life rewards action, not intelligence, right? Life rewards action, not intelligence. So I know I had to think about this, y'all, because I wasn't the smartest because there's so many people I went to school and I'm just like, wow, this person is just so smart. But guess what? When I look back on how smart I felt I was, the difference it made between me and those others that I felt like, oh, they just the smartest people in the school. They took action. I didn't. I sat around talking about how, oh, I kind of know this. I didn't have to study. Like, sometimes I would literally barely study and I would get it right, but I just felt like, oh, whatever. But I might have only made a B. And that's good, but at the same time, I could have done way better had I applied myself just like the other person. That's the only thing I go back and regret from high school, um from school in general, is me not applying myself. Especially once I got to high school, you guys, me and my best friend, we would just started living up. We was having a good time in life, but at the same time, I was not applying myself the way that I should have, to the point where I about didn't graduate just off of laziness. Just off of not applying myself. I was working a lot during high school, and then I was just focused on other things. It wasn't crazy stuff. I mean, I wasn't going to crazy parties or just doing too much. I barely even had a relationship during this time, but I was just not focused on my work. I was not doing it. I was not taking action, which is what I'm preaching on this channel. I wasn't taking action. I was just sitting there thinking, yeah, well, I'm so smart. I have so much intelligence. I have so much knowledge in this area. But like he talked about in this video, most times the smarter you are, the better your excuses, right? The smarter you are, the better your excuses. You gonna use that brain power not to get up and actually take action because you done thought of every solution, a millions to, oh, well, I'm so smart. I think this and that, and I think this and that, but then you didn't even use it to do not a thing. You use your brain power for every excuse, and I recently had did that because, again, I've been trying to find ways to make money that is better for my situation. And I actually asked ChatGPT about this, and I wanted to read that to you guys, but maybe I'll do it in another video. But I put in my situation, what I'm going through, all of that, and had them give me advice on it. And it was just so crazy, the answer that they gave me. But it really did help me, kind of make a better and informed decision. I'm really still debating, but again, see, that's a mess that I do. But the more accomplished you are in talking yourself out of taking action and proving to yourself that every action you could take is probably too small, too meaningless, and not worth it, right? So that's what I usually deal with, right? I say, oh, it don't matter. Like, that's just gonna be one. Like, what your YouTube, you'll tell yourself, well, this is one video. Like, I gotta get 4,000 watch time hours. I gotta get 1,000 subscribers. Like, ain't nobody about to reach 1,000 subscribers overnight. I don't have time for that. I need some money. I need this and that now. So now you done told yourself that going and making that video it ain't even worth it. It's meaningless. That's too small. That's not enough. That ain't gonna help. That's not gonna help me reach that. Making this one video. That's what I stayed doing, y'all. Especially when it's my health, I would be like, or if I was like trying to, which I am actively on a health journey, but I'll be like, ugh, I can just skip this one day, this one meal or whatever. I can just eat what I want for this one meal. Then throughout the rest of the day, I tell myself, at some point you got to develop some discipline. Yeah, it's okay to like not force yourself, but at the same time, somewhere in there you need some discipline and some consistency somewhere. Right? So stop trying to talk yourself out of everything and telling yourself that it's too small, it doesn't matter, it's not worth it, and it's not going to get you anywhere. It will. I posted that on my community tab. You focused on the fact that every day I need to do something so spectacular. I need to take these big, large, gargantuan steps every single day. And if I don't, I'm not doing anything towards my goal. Wrong. Wrong. Because when I got out of the hospital, I had made a goal of losing a certain amount of pounds, right? And I've only lost half of those pounds so far. But when I look back, I can say I know why I didn't, because most of the time I was telling myself it don't matter. I can do what I want. Oh, I got time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then you look up, you're like, hold on, it's 6 months later. Hold on, it's a year later. And I spent so much time not doing enough of what I should be doing, and now it added up to nothing, or it didn't add up to nothing, because that was my whole point of talking about that. I did something, but I know that I could have been a lot further, and I'm not beating myself up about that. But y'all, when you could have been a lot further just based off of a few more things every day. So, you know, if you use your intelligence or the smarts or the certifications and the license and whatever the degrees that you have to select and improve what you're doing or the actions that you're going to take, right? You're using that plus discernment to see what you're going to take. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need to try something. If you're doing something you've never done before, you need to try it. You may not have the money to spend on uh, a business coach or a relationship coach or a fitness coach or whatever the case may be. You may not have the money to spend to pay someone who's already the expertise in that area. So you'll have to do like what my family called me. You'll have to be the research queen and you have to look it up. But as you're being the research queen, understand you got to take action at some point. But you're so worried about it being the wrong thing or not enough that you don't do nothing. And me and my sister actually talked about this. Like when you look up and the same thing that you've been sitting on, and God, y'all, God's good with this now. He good about this. God is good about this. When you sit on that idea, that thing that He's given you and brought to your mind and on your heart several times, and you look up and you're like, oh, that person got a such and such business. That person do it. Not that you can't do it as well, but just think at the fact that you're literally like, at one time too, I looked at my notes and like, well, I got this business idea in 2010, 21. I thought of this, and it don't even matter. When you thought of the idea, somebody already done it, and they working they magic and they successful at it. And you over here talking about what you wrote down and what you thought of. Okay, get with it. Get your stuff together. Put your name on it and behind your idea and put it out there, because no one knows that you came up with it because you ain't doing a dang thing. Listen. I start off even as we speak, and I don't want other people to waste your whole 2025 thinking. But I did also make a post on my community tab that you have to pay attention to the season that you're in, because truth be told, there are seasons where God has you sitting down for a while. One of Vanity Rodriguez, I watched her, and she's was going through a season, is going through a season similar to mine. But you know what, she actually inspired me, because and she has her own coaching service, and she does Bible studies. She's doing her thing. I'm watching her do the things she can do. I'm watching her control the controllables. I'm watching her put effort where she can, right? Because them give her the job. Like, we can only do what we can do. And that's what I want us to focus on this year, so that we can get a little bit further. Because when I look back on last year, no, I didn't intend on getting sick. No, I didn't intend on, dealing with some of the things that I'm dealing with now. But you guys, a lot of it may have been spent either me dragging my feet or talking myself out of something or getting so discouraged that I do nothing at all. But I do realize also that God did have me and a bit of a waiting season with some things he wanted me to. George Leonard. He talked about how he said, absolutely, you cannot do everything, but you can do one thing, then another thing, then another, then another, then another, right? That's the way that you make progress, is doing this one foot, this foot, that foot, right? You might start off just walking, jogging, running, you know what I'm saying? Sprinting. There's levels to it, but you can't do everything at one time. I don't know about you, but I've never seen somebody do a walk, jump, run, sprint all at once. Like, I think it's just one. Either you sprinting, walking, running, or jumping. Like, okay, you doing one of them. But you know, like some people channels, it's not just that they so successful because everything that they're talking about, oh, it's the best, it's the most, you never heard this in your life, you never heard this information ever. It's so intelligent, so unheard of, but that person is showing up. That is usually the difference. Usually the difference is they're showing up. Because like I talked about in the other video, you so worried about the because I find myself doing this too. I'll see somebody successful or something, I might watch an interview, and I'm like, why did they didn't give no information. They might interview Kai, right? Kai Cenat, and they be like, okay, well, what did you do different, this and that, and people like, oh, or this person is an industry plant, this person is this and that. Doechii, the rapper, I looked at her, she had some old YouTube videos, she was upset, crying, she was trying to work, also pursue her career, just the things that she was doing, and she was just pushing and pushing towards her work. And people may have just now been hearing. The thing about it is, she's been working in the background for a long time. A lot of times, that's how it goes. I was telling my sister about DoorDash. I'm like, I literally found her years ago because of something else. But I didn't, you know, a lot of people didn't find her until her success on YouTube, and they seen, oh my goodness, gained like 60,000 subscribers in like a month or so. Like, us worrying about their special sauce, their secret sauce, their secret recipe, and their technique and all of that. If you can learn it, learn it. Trust me. Like I said, that can save you time, effort, and energy if you can, you know, get on there, because I do believe that some, you know, you need to take knowledgeable steps, you know, the best that you can. But you can only do what you can do. You can only do what you know. And if you don't know it, you can go to other people to find it out, right? It's YouTube University, as they call it, TikTok University. Y'all, when I first got out of hospital, I didn't know nothing about, even though I had a cousin and she dealt with all that stuff, it had been years or whatever, and she did pass. And I remember her having a pump and having some things, but I didn't know how to do it myself. So I literally got out of the hospital, going to pick up my medicine, and I had to TikTok and YouTube everything. How to put I didn't even know I needed the little needles. I didn't even know how to go. I thought it came with it. And I had to go get it. I didn't even know that somebody how to do it. I YouTubed it. I TikToked it. I Googled it. Right? Because I didn't know. And that's what you have to do. Sometimes to get to where you need to go. Right? So these people, they show up. They show up, they try, they take action, and they do it consistently. And even if they don't, they did it at some point. You better off getting closer to 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 watch hours by making a video at some point. If you don't make a video at any point, who in the heck is going to find a channel that doesn't exist? They're going to follow a business that they don't even know about. You don't even post the business. And I read something in my notebook that I seen where I had the fear of being seen. I said, what would you be doing right now if you, like, what are some things that's stopping you from doing or being who you want to be? And I know I put that on there, like the fear of being seen. But I think back to my some of my videos. I mean, when I had my business a few years back with my friend, y'all, I was posting, I was at work working on that stuff. I was all about my business. I was proud of it. But I got in my head after I felt like I failed, you know, like it didn't work out. So that's where you can get the fear of making mistakes, right? And that can dominate your life. It can paralyze you, right? And these decisions that you need to make, they can cause so much fear and anxiety that, like I said, you do nothing. It'll amplify every doubt, every fear, all the anxiety, and it'll make you be trapped, y'all. You will become a prisoner of your own mind because you are so consumed with the possibility of negative outcomes and repercussions and what is going to happen if it go wrong. Myron Golden talked about that. You use so much time throwing a rock in your plans, throwing salt on your plans more than you do anything else. You spend so much time thinking about what could and could not happen. Even me, my mom is, my family is a lot worried about me because I'm a type 1 diabetic, and as we've like literally seen with our own eyes, I mean, I had to take the flu shot mandatory, right? Because, and I normally don't take it, but I had to because my endocrinologist says, like, diabetics, when you get this stuff, it can affect you so bad that you will really end up in the hospital. So we need you to take your shot to at least attempt to prevent you from getting the flu or getting pneumonia or anything like that, which, that's not going to prevent you from that. But I'm saying, like, we trying to prevent you from something that could end very badly, right? And a lot of it is just like, well, I don't want you going here, even me. Oh, I don't want to go here or there. I don't want you to do this and that because I'm scared this and that will happen to you. But, which is true, you don't need to be hard-headed, but I gotta do something. So what can I do? I'm gonna use my energy to outweigh my options and figure out what can I do with my specific situation. Like I told y'all, I asked Chat GPT, what can I do if you don't have a car? What can you do if you don't have your own place? What can you do if you can't get a job right now or no one will hire you? What can you do? There are things that you can look up that you can do. And you can try at least, and that's what I'm doing, right? So I'm gonna speed this up because I'm not gonna make this live. Just it's already long, but yeah. So and all those what ifs, all those doubts, all that being trapped in your mind can cause you to either do nothing, like I said, or start seeking answers and reassurance from others. And I promise you, sometimes that's a good thing to get advice and coaching from others, and other times this is your journey and this is your life, and you need to make the informed decision on your own. Because at the end of the day, they still can't do the work for you unless you're at the point in your life where you can afford to hire somebody to do the work for you. But if you're not there yet, then it looks like you about to be doing some work. Looks like you about to be doing something, right? So the ways that you can help with this. Let's get to the ways that you can help with everything that I just talked about. What did we just say? Taking action, right? Doing small things. List what you want to do as your big goal and what can you take action with today or this week. You might want to start your channel, but I gotta work all week. Well, maybe on your off day, you can at least post one video or two videos or something. Like maybe on that off day, you can spend that time using the energy to do something that you can do. That way you won't feel overwhelmed when you got to go to work the next day because you went ahead and did something. And maybe you can only just write down a topic. Like you only get to that. Well, I only could write down a topic and my notes for the day that I filmed the video. Okay. One thing that he was talking about, Myron Golden was talking about one of his videos. He said people always say that winners never quit and quitters never win or whatever. But like he said, actually all winners do quit and probably have quit at some point. But what they quit matters, right? They quit doing stuff that doesn't work. They stopped doing stuff that didn't add to their winning. They stopped doing shit that didn't matter or didn't work. They didn't keep doing the same thing that they seen. This don't work, so I'm gonna keep doing it like an idiot. That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, y'all. So they stopped doing things that did not make them a winner. That's what they quit at that, and now they successful, right? So, like I said, the ways to do that, just do something. Do what you can do. Like Connor Woodman was talking about, do your best. Make a list of things that you can do and do that. Please, at least do one thing on it. Because you might be overwhelmed because of so many options that you have. And sometimes you're overwhelmed because you feel like you don't have enough options. You don't have enough opportunities. It's possible, right? But life is going on and passing you by. But you can only do what you can do in that moment. What you can do right now is what you can do right now, because all you have is right now. We don't know nothing past today. You worry about, like the Bible states, worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow have the troubles of its own. Who can add something to their life by thinking? If you can add more years on your life, or by thinking, who can do that? No man on this earth can do that. So it's no point of you even getting yourself overwhelmed with that. You have to remind yourself of that. I'm looking, y'all, because somebody is walking and I'm trying to see who that person is. But yeah, your best gets better the more you do it. Like I said, you expand your mind, the things that you believe that you can do, the more that you do something, the more that you exert that effort. You find out what you can actually, what you're capable of. But a way that he talked about this, Connor, Neil talks about this, is you can measure, you get some system of measurement. Measure how much you can do that thing that you're working on, or how much you do it throughout the week. He was talking about, I think he was writing a book, and he was like, the person would call them that was helping them write, would call them every day and say, the first question that the coach would ask is, how many words did you write today? He didn't say what kind, what was you talking about, what was the topic, did you write anything worth something? He said, how many words did you even attempt to, did you write? Not attempt, how many did you actually write? He didn't say, what did you think about writing? I thought about making a video today. I thought about going walking. No, what did you do? That's a good thing I use my fitness app on my phone. I be thinking I'm doing something, because he talked about it. He was like, man, I thought I was doing so much and putting in so much effort, but most of it was in my head. Most of the effort and the actions that I felt I was taking was in my doggone head. Or on Google and ChatGPT, I done looked it up to the death of me, but I didn't actually do nothing. And that, it will determine what like when you look back, that's why people make, like, have calendars, vision boards, or they take notes or journals, or some people still use agendas and planners and all that stuff, because they try to mark what they're doing so that you can see your progress. Or sometimes, you make a video diary, like kind of what I'm doing on YouTube, so you can see, well, I talked about blah, blah, blah 2 years ago, and where am I from there? Or I journal. I have like 20, I kid you not, I own almost 20 journals. And I look back and I'm like, you know what? You talked about this stuff 5 years ago. And I think the reason why you didn't make progress is because I know you didn't do nothing. So, sometimes all the action that we taking is in our head. We thought about it and then rolled over. I done had good talks with a friend or a family member, just yappa, yappa. And then I go in there and be like, all right, now I'm about to lay down. You didn't do nothing. You just sat there and read your bound, got the ideas out, which is good, but you never applied any of that, right? Applied knowledge is power, not just knowledge. Applied knowledge is power. The knowledge that you apply, the intelligence, the smarts, the whatever that you apply. I know plenty of people, and sometimes, like I said, don't worry about the facts. Sometimes it's not that. I know people with degrees right now, certifications and stuff, and they're not able to find a job. And that's the market. That's the economy. That's the job market that's around them. Those are the things they can't control. They only could control the controllables. You already went and got the degree. Now just make sure you're applying for jobs. That's the part that you can do. That's the part you can do. But yeah, so, and this is a huge one I want to talk about. This is something that somebody commented, you guys. We reap what we sow, not what we think about sowing. Are you kidding? Like, what could be, if you think about, I mean, you can take that quite literally. Like, if you think about going and planting a flower or a veggie or a fruit or whatever, what good does it do for you to think it? Like the Bible saying, what good is it for you to think about this all day? What good is it for you to worry? Worry does nothing. Literally does nothing. If anything, the thing that worry does do is stress your body out to the max. The thing that worry does do is feed your negativity, your doubt, your fear. It feeds that. And whatever you feed gets stronger. Right? This is why, reading your Bible, fasting, different things like that are important, because that's feeding your spirit, man. And that's what needs to be fed. That's the voice, listening to God, being obedient. The more you do that, so you can hear clearly, because that's the part that you need to be loud, not your doubts, your fears, and anxieties. That's the part you want quiet as it can be. Right? So we reap what we sow, not what we think about sowing. We get out of it what we put in. I understand that we want to do the least amount of effort. We want to do it the fastest with the least amount of effort, but get the best results. It don't always work that way. Right? So anyway, but yeah, so action is always better than being logical, rational, and then regretting it later in life. Like a lot of times, like I said, I done talked myself out of doing something because I was trying to be so logical, so rational, so to the T, so knowledgeable. Well, it says here you can't do this, this, and that. Thinking with the most lack I can ever think of. Not thinking outside of that. Because I'm only breeding what I know. I'm only getting what I know out of it, because I'm not stepping outside of anything else. So I wasted years, and like the comment was saying, they wasted years and years on overanalyzing things. I've wasted years and years of overanalyzing. So it's time out for all those hindrances, all those blockages. It's time out for that, right? Some of us are married to doubt. We are married to fear. We are married to the very thing that we say that we don't want to do and we don't want to be. Come out of agreement with the things that you don't want for your life. Come out of agreement with the things that that is not serving you anymore. Right? Divorce those things and find something else to marry. marry abundance, a mindset of abundance. Right? So, marry, that's what you gotta do. But yeah, so that's pretty much, this video was longer than what I wanted to do, but I touched on a few different topics. You guys, if you want to see more videos from me, you can definitely subscribe to my channel. I will be getting my website up and running so that you guys can do some calls with me if you would like. I do have a lot of videos coming with specific topics. If you are not one to sit through it, feel free to, and in my videos, I'll do timestamps as well, but feel free to skip through the live or any video to get to the good part that you may want to hear. Feel free to do that. I will not be offended. I will not be offended. But you know why I won't be offended? Because I know there's value in this video. I don't care if I do a video that's 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and my YouTube shorts. Matter of fact, I think my YouTube shorts is what the people love. And clearly, they feel like I give the most value in a short. So, 60 seconds. So I love that for me. I love that for me. So, just know life will give you what you fight for. Life will give you what you accept. It's going to give you something, but you don't have to accept it. Because you're like, well, life. Yeah, this world is full of stuff that we don't like and we don't want, but it's giving you, but you don't have to accept that. Right? So yeah. If you guys like, comment, and subscribe, I will be coming with more videos to help not only myself but help others. And yes, I'm so grateful and thankful that I had the energy to exert to even do yesterday and today, this week, to make any type of video, because again, I've been thinking I'm making progress in my head, and in fact I looked and I hadn't made a video in a while. So anyway, I love you guys. God loves you. If you have any questions or you want me to expand or talk about a certain topic out of this live or any of my videos on my channel, feel free to comment and I will do so. I also will make sure to ask you guys more on my community tab. What are some things you want to hear? I might throw a few topics out there on my community tab and have you guys vote on the poll on what is a video that you would like to see, because I would like to make sure that I'm putting out content that you guys want to see. Now, I'm going to put it out there anyway, right? And if you like it, you like it. But I do want to cater to you guys to an extent, you know, but I am putting out the content that's valuable, that I feel that God gave me to give to you guys. But I don't want to just do stuff that's only valuable to me. I want to, you know, some of you guys may be my future clients, right? And in that case, I'm working for you, right? I'm working for you, so I want to make things work for you. And I can only do that by taking the time to active listen, figure out what it is that you're struggling with, and then help you from there. So anyway, yes, guys, I will be back with more videos. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. It is going to help me out tremendously to get